Radio Reverb.
I probed into its mysteries. Every clue told me a different story. Radio Reverb.
Good evening, all you wonderful listeners of Radio Reverb. I'm Tara Rez, and I'm here in association with punctured.co.uk. Today has been an extremely sad day as we mark the death of Keith Flint from Prodigy. I can't believe it as it's coming out my mouth. So here's to you and all the great works you did in the Prodigy and everything you did to change my life. Thank you for everything. Sorry you had to leave us.
Trouble starter, punky instigator. I'm the fear addicted, danger illustrated. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. Bitch you hated, filth infatuated. Yeah, I'm the pain you tasted, well intoxicated. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter.
Prodigy, it was their first number one. Before that, Liam was making great music which exploded in the rave scene, but when Keith did this, it went to number one, as did Breathe, one of the best bands ever in the world, I would say. I'm sure loads of you agree with me. And I'm just feeling really sad because it was only last week or the week before that I did a shout out on this radio show to Keith saying, I want to hear more music from you. We played Aim For from his band Flint, and I'm sorry to say that that's all we're going to have from him. Terribly sad that I won't hear more lyrics from him in the Prodigy. So here is Keith's other band, Flint, and a song called Aim For.
97.2 FM.
Radio Reverb.
So, rest in peace, Keith Flint. Your fans, your band, everyone will miss you. And just staying more on the electronic punk tip because I feel the need for that comfort. I'm going to play The Falls, Marky Smith, Ed Blaney, The Train remix.
We've got guest fire. Tickets, please.
What time do we get into Truro?
I said we should have thought that earlier, Train. Tickets, please.
are you a boy? Oh, are you cold rough? If you work out your dress code, see goes there with your soul hanging out.
I said we should have thought that earlier, Craig.
Got a special guest coming up for you, and so before they join me in the studio, here is Underworld featuring Iggy Pop and Get Your Shirt.
I signed on the dotted line and I lost my shirt. I signed on the dotted line, he stole my shirt. I fell in love, I fell. She stole my shirt. I fell in love, I fell. I got harder to be me.
Let me tell you about a thrill.
Radio Reverb.
You're listening to the Tara Red Show on Radio Reverb, sponsored by punctured.co.uk. Well, our very special guest has arrived in the studio. Hello, Segs. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I've just got off a tram, and before that a train, and before that a plane, and before that a cab from Belfast City, where I've just finished 17-date tour, our 40-year anniversary of the crack. So I'm feeling a bit phased actually, but I'm feeling good. Yeah, it's good. It all went very, very well, so I'm feeling good.
Well, we're very pleased here at Radio Reverb to be the very first to get your after tour thoughts.
Yeah. It's been, all good. It was really good success. Smashed most of the gigs really. London was brilliant, and about 1,000 people paying. We've been everywhere. Scotland, Brighton, some of you might call it that, in Concord, but that seems like about 4 years ago now. That was a success as well, so all good.
Cool.
Slightly marred today really by hearing about Keith for the Prodigy.
Oh yeah, it's just sent me very confused. Like, I knew what I was gonna do tonight, but I couldn't do that anymore.
Well, it's just really sad, but it's really sad because it's, I know you're a big fan of Prodigy, and we went to see him together, as I recall.
Yeah.
And you gotta love Keith really, but it's just because he took his own life, they're saying, and that's just really sad for anybody to do that. So it's kind of it just seems stupid to say it's ruined my day, but I mean it's much more than that. But just hearing about it was quite shocking. So
yeah, I know, it was like just basically very heavy-hearted. They do say statistically suicide is very high in men in their 50s, but you would imagine it's, people find it difficult in that age group if they're unable to compete for the same things that younger people can, is that they have less opportunity. But Keith had everything going for him, so I'm perplexed.
Not really, because it's not like that, is it really? I mean, you got everything. Everybody thinks you've got everything going for you, Tara. Everybody thinks, I've got everything. I've just come back off tour. What could I want? But life is not really like that. That's what people think about Keith. But I mean, who knows what state he was in? I mean, it could be anywhere. We probably never know. You do find a lot of creatives with that. It's kind of phrase, suicidal tendencies. I mean, sometimes we've all been there, but I mean, to actually go through with it is just crazy. So I would say, all of you, anybody out there with those tendencies or being depressed or anything, go and get help. Speak to your friends, do anything. Don't take that ride in suicide, as the song goes.
Oh, well, let's have a Rut song for Keith. Can you dedicate one for us?
Yeah. In a rut. Don't take that ride in suicide. Sorry to see you go, Keith.
Only just learning. I ain't no king.
Maybe you don't take that ride. It's suicide. You cut your wrist. You tried and missed. You're in a rut. You gotta get out of it, out of it, out of it, out of it. You're in a rut. You gotta get out of it, out of it, out of it. You're in a rut. You gotta get out of it, out of it, out of it, out of it, out of it. You're in a rut. You gotta get out of it, out of it, out of it. You're in a rut. You gotta get out of it, out of it, out of it, out of it, out of it. You're in a rut. You gotta get out of it, out of it, out of it, out of it. You're in a rut. You gotta get out of it, out of it, out of it, out of it.
Come aboard, sister.
Radio Reverb.
You're listening to the Tara Red Show on Radio Reverb, sponsored by punctured.co.uk.
Timeless classic, may I say so, Mr. Jennings?
A timeless classic, our first single, which was on People Unite label, which is another message we still would like to put across all the time. People Unite. I know in this divisive world, but currently everybody just likes to create more borders, more schisms, more divisions. People Unite. It's been a message we've been doing every night, and also been playing that song every night in the Rut because, we have to take care of people that are a bit fragile, shall we say. So it's been a wonderful tour for that, really, because I was on at Christmas, I remember, so talking about, I'm going on tour and what am I going to do and everything, and here I am the other side of it, and it's gone really, really well, but not really because of the success of people coming to see us and stuff like that. Really, because of it's become more of like a raising up of the two dead members, really, like Malcolm Owen and Paul Fox, 40-year anniversary that could never have happened, of course, without them being involved in the first place and writing the songs, and we were all involved in that, but Malcolm wrote the lyrics, so been singing a lot of his songs, doing the album from start to finish, and it's been very, very powerful for me, and I've learned a hell of a lot. I learned a hell of a lot more about singing, although I've been singing for a long time, because it was a really long set and just different sorts of songs. We did that album from start to finish and did some of the newer stuff, Music Must Destroy, Kill the Pain, and Psychic Attack, and some others. So it's been good, and plus we've been doing, 2 songs about heroin, really, which is the B-side of that one in the Rut was H.I.'s, which I can't say the lyrics on this radio, but and the other bookend of that has been Love in Vain, which was the B-side of Staring at the Rude Boys, which is the other end of the heroin. One was about You Scratch Your Nose, You Like It When It Shows. When he first started, unbeknownst to us, he had a bit of a problem with it, and the other end of it was Love in Vain, which he wrote just before he actually died. That's Malcolm Owen. So, well, it's a very morbid interview.
It's a morbid day in many ways.
It's a morbid day.
It's reality.
And it kind of links up, really, because, Keith went at 49.
He was 49. And you just kind of think, what will happen with... obviously the Prodigy, will they get somebody to replace him, or what can they do?
They won't even be
I know they're not thinking about that, but it's that whole, whereas there's a similarity. Last few shows I've had the pleasure of seeing, of the Ruts DC on the Crack tour. Every time I've seen the show, it's been more dramatic and more powerful. And what was amazing, after you played the Crack, you did some of your new songs from your new album, Music Must Destroy, and they stood up so powerfully against, like, the past. It was like the past was powerful, but the present was equally as. So with your permission, I would like to play Music Must Destroy next.
Of course you can, but yeah, well, let's play it for Malcolm and Paul, because that's what I've been dedicated to. I've been getting people to sing along with the last bit. We are not your property, to raise those two up, because yeah, I mean, I think they would have been proud of that, really.
Seen the video, go on YouTube and find it. It's very cool.
And it features Henry Rollins, of course, on the third verse, which I'm quite proud of. Yeah, so I just realised I'm really tired. I suppose that's understandably, really. But I sort of came in. I wanted to come in and say a few words. I know it's your show tonight. Get it fresh. I've done loads of interviews, and you don't always want to talk about the same thing. But this is really different. This is a kind of reporting in on fresh from the road.
Fresh from the road, and we want to hear the juicy gossip as well.
There's no gossip on the road. I mean,
go on.
The gossip is really well. We were on tour with the Professionals, which was that's not gossip really, but we're featuring Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols, who. Oh man, what a lovely guy! I've known him for years, but not properly. He's been really nice, and the band have been good, been getting on great. Unfortunately, we all got a little bit drunk in Dublin, as you do, at great expense.
You can't go to Ireland and not drink.
Well, that's still in Europe at the moment, which was quite strange. Very actually strange being in Ireland because nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on over here either, and it's very strange. And there we go. We flew into Dublin, which was a whole other story, and then flew out of Belfast. So there you go. We went over the mysterious invisible border, which will be impossible to enforce because it's so big. We drove over there, played in Belfast, and today we came in with no passport. So it's kind of crazy. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But that was very interesting. It felt totally different over there, though. I've got to say, it felt different. Ireland, Belfast and Dublin. Dublin's been up there for quite a long time. Some of the dodgier parts of Belfast are now becoming very chic, and the prices are going up, and the same old thing, the gentrification is beginning, and there's a club we played in, the Limelight, they're getting complaints about the noise. They've had to reinforce it. Everyone's trying to get it closed down because they've moved into the nice area. The same old gentrification thing. Soon there won't be any bloody
same old culture destroyer.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad to. It's great for areas to regenerate, but why? It should be like everything can work hand in hand. You get people with money move into an area that's up and coming, and then suddenly you can't have any music anymore, and that's what the music was. What made it culturally significant in the first place. So there's that. There's a little bit of a feeling over there. It's a bit weird. It's just a bit weird because I don't know what's going on, and that I'm not even going to say the full English Brexit, but we don't. Nobody knows what's going on, and it's quite despairing, really.
It must be nerve-wracking for them because they've had so much stress over all these years, and there's simmering of potentially more trouble over there.
But there are always factions.
Well,
all over the world. There are always factions that resort to violence, and my whole mission has been through the Ruts lifestyle of this 40 years is to not do that. People Unite has been like that, and there's people waiting in the wings ready to kick off. It's ridiculous. I saw, but I think it was Britain First in the paper the other day, and they're all dressed as crusaders. I mean, it was like a fancy dress party. But these people, what are you thinking of? What are you thinking of?
People unite.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm getting all het up now.
Well, it's strange times, and our emotions have been, kind of ripped out of our insides because of Keith moving on, and obviously, you've just come back from Ireland, and you felt the vibe in the air. You're an artist. You're going to be sensitive to these.
Well,
things.
maybe he's left.
Because we certainly ain't political, that's for sure.
Maybe he's left at the right time. It's just one of those things. I mean, I'm a great believer in when your time's up, and that's what really did me in when he's committed suicide because. Yeah, I don't think anybody really should do that. It has the right to do that, really, because you're cutting your own life short, and it's too precious, I think. But I'm not having a go at him.
No, and it makes you wonder, even I feel guilty because I wanted to send him a message, and because last week or the week before I did a shout out to him. Yeah. And it was like, come on, Keith, I want to see more from your own band, Flint, and I feel bad because I feel like I should have messaged him and said that, and sometimes when you feel so terrible, all it takes is just one word, even from a stranger, to just give you that oomph and strength inside to carry on.
Of course, but you can't blame yourself. That's ridiculous. Because
we're all responsible for each other.
Well, we are, but you're not at a distance. You don't know him.
No,
So,
I know,
yeah.
but you know.
But it might have been a story that you said, which interesting one to finish on, really, when you wrote for Iggy Pop.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever told that story?
I haven't, actually.
Yeah, well, you better tell it.
Well, basically, I mean, I have been going through a lot of problems in my journey, and I remember at one point being so destitute and in a very despairing mental state. I had nobody to talk to, and the only person I could think of messaging was Iggy Pop. This was in the days of MySpace. Anyway, I was a little bit drunk maybe, but I sent him this message, poured out my heart to him, and kind of forgot about it. And then I got this message back, and it basically was Iggy, and he said sometimes when we feel our worst, that's when we write our greatest songs. And to me, I was just like, oh my goodness, Iggy's replied to me, but even more so, he knows I'm a songwriter. Yeah. I was like, yay!
Right. And yes, okay, so I'd like to go now, if that's all right, but I'd like to play, if that's all right, for Keith, Punk Rocker by Iggy Pop. I don't even know if he wrote the lyrics to that, but it's just
Teddy Bears and Iggy Pop.
It just seems like the right thing to play right now, so let's play that. And I'll see you all out there again.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries.
And have a good rest.
Take care, y'all.
See me driving down the street. I'm bored with looking good. I got both hands off the wheel. The cops are coming. I'm listening to the music with no fear. You can hear it too if you're sincere. 'Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. Well, I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. 'Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. Well, I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. I see you stagger in the street, and you can't stay on your feet, and you're faking in your sleep. You wish that you were deep. You can't hear me laughing to myself. If you could, you would be someone else. 'Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. Well, I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. 'Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. Well, I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. 'Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. Well, I'm a punk rocker, yes I am.
That was Iggy Pop featured with a band called the Teddy Bears with Punk Rocker. And yeah, we did have 2 Iggy featured tunes, but that's all right, isn't it? It is that kind of evening where music is taking us on a different journey, and it just feels right to play David Bowie's Black Star.
In the villa of our men, in the villa of our men, stands a solitary candle. day of execution. Only women need them smile. At the center of it all, at the center of it all, your in the villa of all men, in the villa of all men, stands a solitary candle. At the center of it all, at the center of it all, your something happened on the day he died. The spirit rose a meter and stepped aside. Somebody else took his place and bravely cried, I'm a black star, I'm a black star. How many times does an angel fall? How many people lie instead of talking tall? He trod sacred ground, he cried loud into the crowd, I'm a black star, I'm a black star, I'm not against you. I can't answer why, just go with me, I'ma take you home, take your passport and shoes and your sedatives, move. something happened on the day he died. Spirit rose a meter, then stepped aside. Somebody else took his place and bravely cried, I'm a black star, I'm a star, I'm a black star. I can't answer why, but I can tell you how. I'm not a flying star. We were born upside down. I'm a star, born the wrong way round. I'm not a white star. I'm a black star. I'm not a gay star. I'm a black star. I'm a black star. I'm not a fun star. I'm not a wandering star. I'm a black star. I'm a black star. In the village of all men stands a solitary candle. At the center of it all, your eyes. On the day of execution, only women kneel and smile. At the center of it all,
That was David Bowie with Black Star, and of course he wrote that song when he was very ill and none of us knew, so big respect to all the great legends that have left the building, but their music lives forever. Well, I cannot believe how fast time has flown by. I am Tara Rez and you are listening to Radio Reverb, and I guess I just have to play one song for you, and you know who it's going to be. It's going to be Mr. Joey Ramone, and regardless of all the highs and lows of this crazy world, it is still a wonderful world, and I want to appreciate it every day. So thank you for listening to me, and come back again. I'm here every Monday at 8 p.m, and so yeah, until next time, here is Joey Ramone and What a Wonderful World. Night.
I see trees of green is dark secret nights, and I think to myself, what a